Hello friends, in today's video we're going to be changing the wheel bearings on this VW Golf. This particular model is 2007 1.9 tdi, so it's the front right and side wheel bearing which we're going to replace. Right friends, while the wheel is still on the car, I'm going to try to loosen the drive shaft bolt which is here in the middle, and for that we need to use a 27mm socket. There we go friends, I've loosened it. I'm not going to take it off at the moment. Okay, so now we're going to lift the car up, remove the wheel, and we're going to do the rest. Right, so just gonna free the drive shaft from the hub. Right friends, the next bit is to remove the caliper. So I've just taken the dust cap off, one bolt here and one underneath here at the bottom, this one here. So just gonna remove the dust cap. Okay friends, in order to remove the caliper we are using a V45 bit. Okay, there we go. That's the bottom bolt out of the way. We're gonna keep in till we remove the top one. Okay, right, just gonna remove the top caliper bolt. There we go, that's the top bolt out of the way. Right friends, in order to remove the caliper I just gonna push the piston back from here so that we can pull the caliper out freely. There we go, that's the caliper out of the way. Right friends, the next bit is to remove the disc itself. So we are using a TX31 to remove one bolt to free the disc. It broke. Yeah. And there we go. Right friends, just to tell you that while we were removing the disc, this small bolt snapped, but that's that shouldn't be a problem because the whole unit is gonna be replaced. So okay, so just gonna remove the other parts now. Now that I've removed the disc, the next bit is to remove the three nuts here. Okay, 3 of them, to free the ball joint, lower ball joint. So just gonna do that now. So before I remove these nuts, I'm gonna apply plenty of WD-40 on them so that they come off easily. Okay, so these nuts are 16mm nuts. Okay, so we're gonna drive them out one by one. That's 1, 2 to go. There we go, friends. All three nuts are removed. Okay, so we're just gonna use a lever here like that to dislocate the wishbone. There we go. Okay, so just gonna take off the drive shaft bolt now. The next bit is to remove the track rod end. Okay, so for that we are using our 18mm socket. Before we remove it, we're gonna apply plenty of WD-40 there. There we go. There we go, friends. Nice and easy. Right, friends. So in order to free the track rod end, we're gonna hit this area with the hammer, and that should free the track rod end. There we go, friends. That's the track rod end disengaged. So now we're gonna hold the hub like this towards us, and we're gonna turn it all the way this way. We have 3 bolts to remove to free the wheel bearing. Okay, so this particular model has the three pin bearing. So 1, 2, and the third one here. Before we remove it, we're going to apply plenty of WD-40 on these bolts. Okay, and also the inside bit, so that it comes out easily. Right, friends, we're using a M12 bit. Okay, with the breakers bar to free these bolts. Okay, so what you do is put it all the way in and then just yank it out. Now that we have loosened a bit, so we're gonna use a gun. There we go, that's one. Okay. Just gonna hit it with a hammer so that it's fully in. There we go, friends. That's the second bolt out of the way. Now we're gonna do the third one, which is just here, up here. There we go, friends. So now we're going to use the impactor. Okay, so 3 of the bolts are out of the way. Right, friends, just gonna show you why we are changing the wheel bearing. Look, this is the movement, so it's very dangerous to drive a car in this condition, so that's why we are changing it. So now we need to hammer it out. Okay, but before we hammer it out, we're gonna apply plenty of WD-40 around this area here. So I'm using a chisel. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna bang this this part out like that. Okay. So this is the other bit from the back, and before you even take it out, give it a good whack. There we go, friends. That's the old bearing out of the way. Okay, so we're just gonna remove this ring here. Right, friends, before I put the new bearing in, I'm gonna give it a good clean. Okay, friends, this is our new wheel bearing. We got it for £45 from our local shop. Okay, and these are the new bolts. Okay, so before I slide it in, I'm gonna apply this high temperature grease in here. Okay, that's good enough. So the new bearing goes in like this. Right, just gonna slide in the bolts. So just gonna drive the bolts now. I'm gonna drive them evenly. Just gonna do the back one now. There we go, friends. So now I'm gonna go over with the breaker bar. That's good enough. There we go, friends. That's the bearing fully secured. Right, friends, now that we have fitted the new bearing, I'm just going to slide in the drive shaft into the hub. But before I slide it in, I'm gonna give it a good clean and apply a little bit grease on it so that it doesn't seize. we go. Just gonna drive in the drive shaft main bolt. Okay friends, now we're gonna screw the ball joint to the control arm. Just like that. Right friends, just gonna drive in the nuts. Okay, 3 of them. We're using 16mm socket. Okay, so now we're gonna go over with the breakers bar. There we go friends. That's the lower ball joint secured to the control arm, lower control arm. Okay friends, the next bit is to secure the track rod end. So just gonna push it in all the way in. And we were using 18mm nut on this one. Okay, just gonna drive it in. Okay friends, just gonna use a breaker bar to tighten it. That's good enough. Okay friends, now we're gonna secure the disc to the hub. Okay, so just gonna tighten the disc. That's good enough. Okay, so now we're gonna secure the drive shaft bolt, and this is 27 mil bolt. That's good enough. So the next bit is to secure the brake caliper. Okay, that's that done. Just gonna clip the ABS sensor cable to the strut. Okay, so that's all nicely secured. Now we need to secure the caliper itself. Right friends, so now we're gonna secure the caliper itself. Okay friends, before we slide in these guide pins, I'm gonna make sure I apply plenty of high temperature grease on them. There we go. No hesitation, plenty of grease on these pins. There we go friends, that's the bottom guide pin is secured. Just gonna apply a little bit more here, in here, like that, and then the dust cap goes in. There you go. That's the bottom caliper guide pin is secured. So now we're gonna do the top one. So we're gonna apply plenty of grease on them. Okay, just like that. There we go. That's that done. Before we put the dust cap in, we're gonna make sure that we've applied grease here. There we go friends, that's that done. Right friends, now that we have fitted the new bearing, everything is secured nicely. So now we're gonna put the wheel back on.